Though Trump spent a good chunk of his Monday night on Twitter trying to debunk Anthony Fauci's actual expertise on coronavirus, he is upset. He's very upset that people actually trust Fauci over Trump. Approval ratings make that abundantly clear. Over 70% of Americans do trust Anthony Fauci. Less than 30%, I believe around 29% of Americans trust Trump. Trump doesn't like those numbers. He's very hurt about it. And he made it known during one of his coronavirus briefings. Take a look.
But I get along with him very well, and I agree with a lot of what he said. So, it's interesting. He's got a very good approval rating, and I like that. It's good, because remember, he's working for this administration. He's working with us, John. We could have gotten other people. We could have gotten somebody else. It didn't have to be Dr. Fauci. He's working with our administration. And for the most part, we've done pretty much what he and others, Dr. Birx and others who are terrific, recommended. And he's got this high approval rating. So why don't I have a high approval rating with respect, and the administration with respect to the virus? We should have a very high, because what we've done in terms of, we're just reading off about the masks and the gowns and the ventilators and numbers that nobody's seen, and the testing at 55 million tests. We tested more than anybody in the world. I have a graph that I'd love to show you. Perhaps you've seen it, where we're up here and the rest of the world is down at a level that's just a tiny fraction of what we've done in terms of testing. So it sort of is curious. A man works for us, with us very closely, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx, also highly thought of, and yet they're highly thought of, but nobody likes me. It can only be my personality.
What a little bitch. Donald Trump, the world's biggest bitch. And I mean that. I mean that with every fiber of my being. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Look, even if, I don't know, let me think about it in my context. Even if I see like viewers of the show say that like, John is so much better than Anna. We like John better than Anna. Would that hurt? Absolutely, it would hurt. I'm not gonna lie, right? And by the way, please don't send comments about who you like better. I actually hate that. Even if you say you like me better, just send it to me privately. No, but seriously, like I could never in a million years, John, imagine coming on this show and being like, people say they like John, and I'm happy that they like John. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I work with John. He's a reflection of me because I work with John. But why do people like John better than me? I'm great. I'm better than John.
Yeah. Well,
what a little bitch thing to say.
That's a great hypothetical, but we've actually experienced this same thing. So we have like our all hands meetings, and Cenk will, he'll like point out people that have done a good job, and like we applaud for the great thing that they did. Imagine if he was like, I'm hearing that everybody likes Mary's new ad that she edited. It's great. Yeah, no, I'm very happy. People really like it, but I hired her. Could have hired any editor. And obviously I'm glad for her, but I could have had anybody I want. Yeah. So why do people like her for the ad and not me for it? Because I hired her. Do I seem like I like Mary in that circumstance? It's not really coming across. He's a little bit see-through. She does make good ads though. The whole thing is ridiculous.
And by the way, it is ridiculous. And but of course, I mean, he has not followed the advice of Anthony Fauci. He has gone to extreme lengths to avoid Fauci's advice and try to debunk Fauci's advice. He has refused to encourage people to wear a mask, for instance. That's the easiest example. Fauci made it clear that hydroxychloroquine is not a cure for coronavirus. Donald Trump still, till this day, is lauding that drug as a cure for coronavirus. It's not. And when it comes to testing, that's yet another lie. So let's take a look at how the United States compares to other countries when it comes to coronavirus testing per million people, right? So per capita. Because that's what matters here. The United States has far more people, but when you look at the numbers per capita, we're number 4 when it comes to testing. We're not at the top. And in the very beginning of the pandemic, Donald Trump refused to ask the World Health Organization for coronavirus testing, which is why we had a shortage of tests. People who wanted to get tested could not get tested. I know, because I experienced that firsthand. I remember feeling sick and they would not give me a test. Look, we've talked about all of these stories over and over and over again. Trump has been a failure More than 150,000 Americans are already dead. States that reopened had to shut parts of their economy back down again because the numbers started to skyrocket. Trump wanted the entire economy to open up and do business as usual after like a month of shutdowns, and we weren't ready yet. And I think that's clear based on what we're seeing in the numbers right now. Yeah. So yeah, if you have hurt feelings, Trump, take responsibility for the fact that you've been a failure and you've actually gone to, extreme lengths to not only go against Fauci, but just Monday night. I mean, we talked about how he retweeted a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists who are putting out nonsense about Fauci. I mean, how is that working with him? Like, how is that supporting him or liking him?
Totally, and weeks into the campaign to discredit him with Oppo research and sending out, Navarro and all others to attack him. Like, don't pretend that you actually support him. But to his last point, yeah, your personality is the worst. That's not helping either.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.